For any Xbox or PlayStation codes or cheap games on any platform, use the referral link in the description. It'll take you to g2a.com. Use the promo code CHES over there and you'll get yourself 3% cash back. For all No Identity merchandise, hats, hoodies and t-shirts, follow the link in the description down below to the No Identity Fan Fibre website. Hey guys, welcome to episode number 8 of Season 2 here in the Career Mode Road to Glory. We're out of the transfer window now, so back up to 3 games played per episode and 2 simulated. 5 games per video. That way we'll get through these lower league seasons quicker and get towards the upper reaches of the Premier League and then hopefully the Europa League / Champions League as well, sooner rather than later. We've had a great start to the season. After 4 games, we are second on 10 points. Only Bradford have a 100% record so far. We're going well in domestic cup competitions as well. I say competitions. Going well in domestic cup competition singular because we are through to the next round of the Checkatrade Trophy, but we were unfortunately knocked out of the EFL Cup at the second round by Hull City. But we beat Wycombe yesterday by 2-1. And we'll hope to continue that good form into this season. Barnsley got relegated last year from the Championship back down to League One, so it won't be an easy game. And actually, Burton joined them in the division as well. They got relegated last year. So Barnsley and Burton in League One for this one. We'll simulate the Swindon home game and the Scunthorpe home game, I think. So we'll play Barnsley, then sim Swindon, play Burton, then sim Scunthorpe, and then play Bury. Sound good? Good. Drop the video a like if you enjoy. Subscribe to the channel too to make sure you don't miss out on any further content. Oh, let's jump in. Nice turn by Lozano. Second defender coming across. I'm just going to lay this back. Petrak can set it up in front of Volman, who'll go for the shot from distance. But it's not a very good shot from distance. Here's Moncourt. He's poked it through to Sam Winnell, who's turned well. Sam Winnell in the box. Who did that come off last? It was Moncourt. It's going to be a goal kick to me. A let-off there. Sam Winnell turned me like an absolute peach on the edge of the box. Lovely footwork from him. Unfortunately for him, though, he wasn't able to find the back of the net. But luckily for me, we still stay at 0-0. Clean sheet intact for now. Joel Mason through there to Folman. Mason's gone again. I'll poke it. We'll go further out wide there to Navarrete. And then in there to Lozano. No, that's Folman. He tried to find Lozano but can't get it round the corner. Petrak into Folman to Lozano. Go for a 1-2 maybe with Uche. We'll poke that through there looking for Folman. He's had a couple of chances so far and this time he does find the back of the net. Great strike from Folman. 1-0 Cambridge after 25 minutes from the edge of the box on his left-hand side, flying into the top corner. Great angle for it as well, actually. Into his feet. Good first touch with the outside the boot. And the movement on it to take it away from the keeper as well. Superb finish. 1-0 Cambridge. Great angle again for it. You can see it goes up and then moves to the left to take it away from the keeper's looping arm. Get in. Aiden White. Down the line to Marley Watkins. Into White again. He's going to pull it back there to Moncourt, who got in the way of his teammate's shot earlier on. But Yadom gets that to the back post and surely... How's Marley Watkins not put that in the back of the net? He's also standing on the cock of Joel Mason. How has he not finished that? I know he's got defenders closing him down, but that's an empty net at the back post. All he's got to do is get it on target, and it's a goal. Uche brings that down, and Lozano could dink it back to him. We could make it 2 at the other end. If Lozano, why would you just jump over the man and not try and shoot, Uche? Why have you done that to me? Oh, just the 1 goal to 0 then. Could have been 1-1, could have been 2-0, but still just 1-0. Although that, again, could change here if Lozano can get his shot off. But a brilliant tackle from Alfie Mawson. It is still just 1-0. Trying to get it off him, but couldn't outmuscle him. Here's Marley Watkins. Had their best chance of the game so far. Nice work. Oh, it's really good football. And the cross. No, surely not. If that had ended up in the back of the net, I could have done nothing but say GG. Thankfully, our lead is still intact. Oh, I headed that towards you, Lozano. You just ran off. Okay, Petrak on his shoulder. Here's Carol Metz, trying desperately to win it back. We've done well. Lozano into Petrak. Looking for Uche. Turn inside. Uche, wait for the run. Petrak for 2. Oh, what a block. Oh, what a block. Petrak was just about to get this shot off. Great defending from Barnsley. If they get anything out of this game, then it's because of moments like that. Navarrete will fire this into Uche, but the defender gets there first. Go on, Uche, win that. Yes. Gieselman through there to Wiedemont. Give it to Uche. Probably should have shot from distance with Wiedemont, considering how good he's been so far this season. And I should learn. Shooting like that with the left foot of Uche just doesn't work. But Stefan Payne's going to have to come on here for Miley Watkins, who's injured for Barnsley. Uche, that was meant for Wiedemont, but it went to Petrak. Wiedemont in the end ended up with the ball at his feet, and that will find Lozano. Oh, it's a lovely turn. He's done brilliantly. Anthony Lozano, great save by Townsend. Real strong arm to that. A second would surely have killed it off. Barnsley have been very good in this game. They don't necessarily deserve to lose, I don't think. It's been a particularly difficult game, but I would be delighted if we are able to hold out and get the victory. And if we can get the victory by more than one goal, thanks to Lino Navarrete, then I'd have been delighted, even more so, but that just trickled wide. Maybe I should have gone for the near post, actually. There was a bit of a gap there. Never mind. Oh, we see the run being made of Chavlaran, who's in the box to finish it off. Townsend, man. What a keeper he's proving to be here, making save after save after save. Chavlaran's just come on as a substitute in this second half. Wiedemont can't win that header. It's going to be cleared away. Joel Mason should get to that first and has done. It's dropped to Karel Metz, the centre-back. I'm trying to get that over there. Oh, Wiedemont arrives! Ah, Townsend again. Navarrete with a corner. Metz is up. Oh, I think that was actually off target. Townsend threw himself towards it, but I think it would have been unnecessary because it was going wide. But 2 minutes to go. We could have extended the lead a couple of times here in the past few moments, but we haven't. Uche across, Navarrete with a turn, still got the ball, not quite entirely too sure how he's done that. Oh, and Berry loses it. Never mind, 30 seconds to go. Looks like we're going to get the win. In there. And across by Chavlaran. Wiedemont take the heavy touch to get yourself into a better position to finish the game off. I can't score more than one goal against Townsend. It's just impossible. They get advantage there for some sort of foul, but I didn't see one. But there goes the final whistle. Despite the best efforts of the goalkeeper, it is going to be 1-0. Oh, we do get 3 points, but wow, we could have scored a bagful there. They played very well though, Barnsley. Only the 2 shots for them, but they were extremely difficult to break down. We had a flurry of shots there in the last 10 minutes, but other than that, it was a pretty difficult game, to be fair. But their keeper definitely deserves the merits there. Unfortunately, they don't get anything to show for it. But we'll head into the next game, which I think we'll simulate. We're going to simulate the next one, won't we? Then we'll play Burton, then we'll simulate the next one, and then we'll play Bury. Okay, that's what we'll do. Right then, time to simulate the game against Swindon. They've not had the best of seasons so far, as you can see on the right. 2 draws and a defeat in their last 3 games. So I'd like to think, even though they're playing 5 at the back, I'd like to think that we could get a result here. We'll have to wait and see. 20 minutes in, it's only a yellow card and an injury so far for them. And then they've taken the lead, but we instantly fire back with Wiedemont. So it's 1-1 as we head in at half-time. Pushing into the second half, a change. Josh Emmanuel on for Gieselman. Emmanuel playing at left-back then, rather than his natural right-back. Can we sneak a goal in the last 15 to try and win it? Maybe. In the last minute? No, it's a 1-1 draw then at home against Swindon in League One. Not to worry, that should keep us still in and around the automatic promotion spots, and indeed it actually has. As you can see there, Bradford City have now, well, we actually jumped above them on the last weekday on goal difference, but they've won their next game. As you can see, we have same goals, same conceded, and same goal difference, obviously, but they've got 2 points more than us, so that's why they're top. And then just a single point to Notts County. All 3 teams that came up from, all 4 teams that came up from League 2 last year, Cambridge United, Notts County, Portsmouth and Exeter, all in the top 5 at the beginning of this season. Just showing that there really isn't that much difference between League 1 and League 2. And in fairness, Barnsley are bottom of the table and they got relegated from the Championship last year alongside Oxford, not Oxford, alongside Burton and someone else. Who else got relegated out of the Championship last year? I can't quite remember off the top of my head. It was Burton, Barnsley, and... No, I can't remember. Anyway, regardless of who it was, we're doing very well, as are all of the other promoted sides. Up next is a game against Burton, who, as we mentioned, were relegated last season. We'll see if we can get a victory against them. Adams into Dunk. There's a bit of space there for Jamie McLaren, and the runner is arriving in Xavier Chavlaran, who's turned into his left foot brilliantly, but unfortunately the shot wasn't good enough. It's Chowdhury out wide to Brayford, pushing forward. That's a very good cross. Chowdhury's underneath it and should have done a lot better. That should have been 1-0 Burton. He had to get that on target. There's no excuse there. Really, really good cross, and he's got clean contact, can see the ball all the way. Must do better from Chowdhury. Thankfully, from my point of view, he missed. Berry. Chavalaran into Blair Adams, dunks out wide. Just again, the sheer number of yellow shirts back here. Just impregnable, their defensive line so far. Osoro in there, helped that on its way. Trippich is in, cut inside, and just get the shot off. I got chopped. Penalty. Oh, stroke of luck. The shot went well wide, but Butcher couldn't resist lunging into the challenge, and we are going to get the chance to take the lead from the penalty spot. Should only be a yellow, I think. Callum Butcher gets the straight red, though. Referee deciding that that was such a rash challenge that it needed a red card. I'm not sure a warranted one, but they're down to 10 men, and they might be about to go down a goal as well. Oh, what a save! How has he gotten up to that? That was destined for the very top corner, and the keeper somehow has kept that out. Wow! That's one of the best penalty saves I think I've ever seen on a game of FIFA. Blair Adams with a little back heel to Luke Berry there, trying to turn the man. We'll get the shot off. McLaughlin saves again. Well then, 0-0 at half-time. Should have been in front, but Burton are down to 10 men. To Osoro. To Berry. Out to Trippich. Overlapping run arriving from Josh Emmanuel. Need people to get in the box, but nobody seems to be willing to do what I need them to. Osoro, though, very nearly got onto that. It's dropped to Xavier. Oh, that's what we needed. That's exactly what we needed. A hell of a strike from Xavier Chavalaran on the edge of the box, rifling that into the bottom corner. I've struggled so much to break them down, as you've been able to see from all of the highlights, but that was top draw. Thank you, Xavier. I needed that more than you could possibly imagine. 1-0 Cambridge. Big header. Nicely done. Osoro looking to turn and spin in behind, but it's not quite going to work. Furman's just come on, and he's involved immediately. Can I poke that through there? Oh, it's a lovely ball. McLaren tucks it home. 2-0. Dean Furman off the bench for Xavier, who scored the first goal, and Furman has an immediate impact, just poking that through the defender's legs. Nicely done. And then into the bottom corner from McLaren. We have a 2-0 lead. We are surely now going to get 3 points from this one. Free kick for Burton. 7 minutes to go. Floated forward and brought down well by... Wow! Brought down brilliantly by Tom Naylor, who spun on it and then fired in a shot that, had it gone in, would have been unbelievable. Will Norris diving for it was nowhere near it, not even close. Thankfully, though, it went wide. Final whistle goes. It was a difficult game, as was the first one against Barnsley, in fairness, but we come out victorious, helped, of course, by the red card on the stroke of half-time. If we'd have tucked the penalty away, then I would have been a lot more confident heading into this second half, but as it turns out, the second half was pretty decent for us anyway. So we get victory. We'll jump back now, and I think it was Scunthorpe next, wasn't it? We'll simulate that game, and then we'll play Bury as the final game in the episode. Right, on to simulate the game against Scunthorpe. It's been playing well recently, so I've actually thrown Jamie McLaren in up top alongside Lozano. So he's been picking up some goals. Ute hasn't really lit the league up the same way he did in League 2 so far this season. I'm hoping that he can find his feet in League 1 and we'll be able to actually settle down with him. But Anthony Lozano gets a 20th minute goal to give us a 1-0 lead. Peterborough 2-0 down, which pleases me greatly. Clark Selter booked after only 5 minutes. Couple of changes. They've had a man sent off, Mantum. McLaren's actually been substituted for Ute. Trippich comes on for Wiedemont on the left-hand side. Joel Mason picks up an injury and has to get substituted off. That's frustrating. Navarrete, though, picks up a goal to make it 2-0 at the final whistle. Now, how long is Joel Mason going to be out for? Hopefully, not too long. Let's have a look at the email, and it says 3 months with a torn calf muscle. That is rather annoying. I will throw Bradley Halliday in, though, rather than Josh Emmanuel, because Halliday is our player rather than Emmanuel, who's in on loan. So we'll throw Bradley Halliday into the starting lineup. That's annoying. That's not what we needed, really, but never mind. We'll have to make do with Joel Mason being out injured. We have the cover, thankfully, so we should be all right to push forward. Unfortunately, these things happen. Now, as was the case with Will Norris, I'm going to have to start taking Hamilton out of training sooner rather than later, because Norris is 72 rated, Hamilton is now 70, nearly 71, so I'm going to have to stop training him, otherwise he'll get to the point where Will Norris is, where it's like, I'm too high rated for the club, I want to leave. So I think as of next week in game, I'll take Hamilton out and I'll start training a couple of the other younger players in the squad, and hopefully that will mean that it'll just keep the morale up, basically. We'll be able to keep hold of those players. But as we head into the game against Bury away from home, we are top of the League One table. Ourselves and Portsmouth, the only two remaining unbeaten sides so far this year. Hopefully that can continue. Bury next. Dan's over the top. Kieselman gets there. Oh, but tackled by Zeli Ismail. Pulls that back to Jones, who's in the box. Whoa! Flashes the shot away, but it's past the post, thankfully. Wow. I gave the ball away needlessly there, and thankfully just the pressure of Jake Clark-Salter on him meant that he couldn't get the shot on target. Bury are bottom of the table, and we are top of the table. So you would have thought that it would have been a fairly straightforward... Says as he kicks it straight at a Bury player. You'd have thought it would have been a fairly straightforward victory for us here. But it is early days, so they might not be quite as out of form as the table suggests at present. Though Lozano could slot through Jamie McLaren here. I could try and drill it back into the middle to him, and we take a 1-0 lead. That is great strike partnership. Lozano into McLaren. McLaren returns the favour, drills it across the box. Surely all he had to do was just bury that into the back of the net, and indeed he does. 1-0 Cambridge. Danny Mayer pulls back. That's a decent cross. Metz does well to head that away, actually. Volman can't keep hold of the possession, though. And Zeli Ismail finds Alan Tutt. Oh, draws a good save out of Norris. Well done. It was awkward for a moment. He seemed to save that with the wrong hand. Neil Dans will whip the corner in. It's a poor one, but he's only dropped to Tutt again. We've been able to get it away, thankfully, and there's half-time. Well, very close to getting an equaliser at the end of that first half, but thankfully we'll head into the second with a 1-0 lead. McLaren out wide to Wiedemann into Volman. Get that across there to Lozano. Good first touch. Past the defender. Anthony Lozano. Oh, stunning save by Williams. Keepers have been making some absolutely brilliant stops against me today. I could have scored a number more goals than we actually have if goalkeepers weren't so absolutely brilliant. Wiedemann loves a banger from distance. And he struck that one well too, but unfortunately it's over the top of the bar. 5 minutes into the second half, we stay just the 1-0 in front. Gieselman with a throw. Go back there to Folman. Into Petrak. Anthony Lozano showed for it there, but Tues done brilliantly to intercept that. We'll just knock that down with Jake Clark-Salter. We'll try and come forward again. Bury not really committing many bodies forward there in the counter-attack, although it was really just kind of a lobbed clearance than a genuine ball forward looking for a teammate. Foreman will find Lozano, and he's got good footwork. Now, can he slot it home was what I was going to say, but it's a brilliant tackle from Lee, the defender. We seem to be just grinding out these victories at the minute. We're having tough games. None of the games in League One so far have been easy at all. We've been getting some good results though, and as long as that keeps up, then surely we have to be favourites for back-to-back league titles, because we're surely, even on paper, with the stats of our players, one of the best teams in the league, let alone the way that we've actually been grinding out the results as well. So I'd like to think that even with the squad we've got at the minute, we could hold our own at championship level and challenge for a playoff spot. And obviously by the time we get to, let's give it away, obviously by the time we get to championship level, and these players have grown a little bit more, and we've brought in more players and replaced some of them, then we're only going to get better and better. This series has really been absolutely fantastic so far with regards to the on-pitch performances, and hopefully that continues for the remainder of this second season. Final whistle goes. They may have been bottom of the table, Bury, and still are, thanks to our victory, but that was not an easy fixture at all. None of the games, as we said earlier, none of the games have been easy in League One so far, but we just keep picking up the points, which is the most important thing, because if things continue to stay this difficult, and I'm not able to start grinding out the victories, then we're going to need these early points to help carry us on a wave through the rest of the season. But we are now 2 points clear at the top and 4 points clear in the automatic promotion spots. Dean Furman wants to play a little bit more, and so far I haven't been able to give him that sort of first team football that he's after. These youth players look pretty average, unfortunately, so far. We'll give these two a little bit more time, but they don't look too intriguing, to be fair. We'll have to wait and see what happens on that front. But for now, that's going to bring today's episode to a close. Thank you very much for watching, guys. The league table then, as we end today's episode, sees us top by 2 points and ahead of the automatic promotion spots by 4. As we said, ourselves and Portsmouth still first and second with the unbeaten records in our favour. Bradford have now dropped down to third. and Portsmouth leapfrogged above them. Notts County next to still there or thereabouts with regards to playoff spots. The other two sides that came up with us. And Bury, unfortunately for them... Oh, actually, they're off the bottom on goal difference. Shrewsbury must have been beaten by an even bigger margin than we beat Bury. So that's why they're no longer bottom. 3 teams down there on 5 points. Shrewsbury, Bury and Chesterfield, with Swindon there in 21st. And Barnsley have risen up the table. So congratulations to them. But for now, that's going to be all for today's episode. Thank you very much for watching. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel for more. I'll see you next time.